This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
A perfect festival was what hit the district of Trichy today, and why not? As soon as confident Sonia Gandhi set foot into the state, letters by the Chief Minister, wishes from her cadres poured in. As far as she was concerned, she certainly had a glint in her eye when she uttered golden words of encouragement, pushing the Dravidian players perhaps a seat aside in the state. Sam Daniel and Shabir Ahmed will be joining me later on in the show with their inputs on how significant that speech was today in Trichy and what the district looked like this evening. Good evening, I'm Evelyn Matthew. This is Headlines Now on NDTV Hindu. Before we head into the stories in detail, here's a look at our top stories.
We must work to recapture our distinctive identity. We must become the party of the future in Tamil Nadu.
Sonia Gandhi calls for a unique Congress identity at the grassroots levels, asks her party workers to make Congress the party of the future. Meanwhile, the DMK remains unnerved by the AIADMK's political tactics.
DMK was never insecure, and there is no chance of we feeling insecure.
Instead, the DMK chief plays crusader for the Sri Lankan Tamils. He demands an immediate rehabilitation in an SOS message. There's no letting off in spirit when it comes to equality. Workers of NLC put off a stiff fight on the 22nd day of strike even after a police intervention. And spin wizard Muthaiya Muralidharan turns cheerleader for India's Captain Cool.
He's one of the greatest captains India has produced.
And here's what's making news in the national quarters as well. The political crisis deepens in Karnataka. Kumaraswamy claims support of the 14 rebel MLAs. Summoned for the racist emails circulating among top Victorian police officers, the Australian High Commissioner condemns the mail. The Cabinet Secretary issues a circular ordering no more indiscriminate use of Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi's names for new schemes. Ace shooter Gagan Naran brings home his 4th gold. India has 24 for a total of 54 medals. And as it was called stumps on day 1 of the second test, India has achieved their target to scalp the Aussie skipper. Ponting denied his century. Well, on to our top story of today. The party of the future may just have stepped into the land of Tamil Nadu. At least that's what the Congress chief likes to think of her party in its 125th year. The UPA chairperson, Ms. Sonia Gandhi, who paid the Trichy district a visit today, gave out a clarion call to make the Congress party one that of a unique identity and make it a party of the future. But quite notedly, she made no mention of any of her allied parties or any alliance formulae in her speech. For the thousands of supporters of the party in the district, this has been a morale booster, especially ahead of the crucial elections due in 2011.
Tamil Nadu, we are in alliance, we respect the alliance, but what is most important is that our party must rebuild itself from the grassroots. We must work to recapture our distinctive identity. We must become the party of the future in Tamil Nadu. I am touched by the welcome to all of us. I am touched to see the kind of crowds that we saw in the past when we were here with Rajiv ji and Mupanar ji. And I know that this is the beginning of a new history of the Congress party in Tamil Nadu.
And joining us live right now from our newsrooms is our political reporter Shabir Ahmed. Shabir, you've watched that speech closely today, a massive turnout today. Would you call Sonia Gandhi's speech significant, considering that she made no mention of her allied parties or any alliance formulae in the future. Was she, maybe according to you, suggesting that perhaps the Congress is ready to stand by itself in the state now?
Well, it was a very politically calculated speech. In fact, one can say Sonia Gandhi was very clear. At the same point of time, she wanted to encourage her party workers by saying that they have to rebuild the unique identity of the party and recapture the identity of the party in the state. And at the same time, she did not mention that whether they will be going it alone, or she has not mentioned anything about the alliances for the 2011 assembly elections. So it's quite clear that Sonia Gandhi was very cautious, and now it is quite clear that she wanted her party to perform well in the 2011 assembly elections, and what it indicates is something that the Congress wants this time. Their stake in the alliances should be higher. That is what the total agenda behind, one can say. In fact, after hearing the speech made by Sonia Gandhi, but we are yet to receive reactions from the ruling DMK and other political parties on how they have actually seen this the speech and the rally and the huge turnout at Tirchi today, Evelyn.
But where has this really left the DMK to? Obviously, Ms. Jayalalitha's comments have kind of sent nervousness down their spines, but are they still confident of that alliance and then combine?
Yes, definitely, Evelyn. That is what DMK leaders have been telling us. In fact, we interacted with several DMK leaders today. In fact, Chief Minister visiting and meeting Sonia Gandhi is something to send across a clear message to his political rivals that all is well within the DMK Congress leadership. There is no rift or anything as speculated by the media and by other politicians in the state. In fact, several members of the Congress have been speaking against the DMK Congress alliance, which has resulted that there may be some kind of a rift within the Congress, within the DMK and the Congress combined. But setting aside all speculations, Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi wants to send across a clear message to the Congress workers in the state and to the DMK workers, and also to his political rivals, that the relationship between the Congress and the DMK is intact.
Right, Shabir. In fact, the DMK member, Mr. T.K. Silangovan, had in fact laughed off that supposed threat and put up quite a brave face when you had spoken to him. Let's just play that up for our viewers right now.
After Jayalalitha's interview yesterday, there seemed to be some kind of sense of insecurity within the DMK on the Congress.
DMK was never insecure, and there is no chance of we feeling insecure. We have faced many elections, more elections than Jayalalitha had faced. So there is nothing to, no feeling of insecurity in us.
Okay, at the same point of time, Congress holding a rally in Tirchi, do you think that it's a Dravidian challenge?
We have received her and sent her off to that rally only.
So it's not a challenge for the team?
It is not a challenge. We welcome that. We have received her only to see her off to the rally.
And joining us live right now also is senior correspondent with NDTV 24/7, Sam Daniel, who is at Trichy right now. Sam, it seems to be the season for shows of strength in the state. So how was that turnout today? What was the buzz from the Congress workers over there in Trichy today?
Well, if you ask me about the turnout, if you compare the kind of crowds the Dravidian arch rivals, the DMK and the AIADMK, were able to mobilize in the recent past right at Trichy, it was not that huge. In fact, the AIADMK had around 8 lakh people, the DMK was able to mobilize around 5 lakh people, but this was no near to that, no match to that. It was around 1 lakh people gathered on this ground here. But comparing to the kind of support, the kind of mass base Congress enjoys in this area, it was certainly a huge crowd, and even Sonia Gandhi herself was quite impressed. She was nostalgic, trying to remember the days she toured Tamil Nadu with her husband Rajiv Gandhi, the kind of enthusiasm she experienced and witnessed during those days. But the message was very clear. The buzz among the Congress workers in Trichy is that the idea is to send a strong message to the DMK to give them at least 100 seats in the upcoming assembly polls in Tamil Nadu, to make sure Congress's strength is recognized. And their idea is that many of the old allies of the DMK, like the PMK, the communists, may not come back to the DMK alliance, and the Congress is trying to grab that many seats in the upcoming elections. And it's not just seats, they're also sending a strong signal that they want more than that, perhaps a share in the power in Tamil Nadu if the DMK manages to get back to power in Tamil Nadu for a consecutive term.
Also, Ms. Jayalalitha has been hinting at quite a few possibilities of an AIA-DMK Congress alliance, and I'm sure reporters like you would have been waiting for some court on that. Did Ms. Gandhi respond to that in any way today?
Well, that was one point everyone was eagerly waiting, whether Sonia Gandhi would respond to the invitation by Jayalalitha a couple of days ago through a newspaper interview that it's not too late for an alliance with the Congress, for an AIA-DMK alliance with the Congress, but Sonia Gandhi perhaps consciously avoided or kept out of that particular question. That could be a little uneasy for the DMK as well. Probably the DMK would have expected Sonia Gandhi to say in clear terms a clear no for the AIA-DMK. But again, the buzz in the Congress circle in Trichy is that Jayalalitha's invitation in fact has strengthened their bargaining power, because at one level the Congress is quite indispensable for the survival of the DMK government in Tamil Nadu. On the other side, the Congress has also become most sought after by the opposition, since Jayalalitha herself has made an open invitation asking the Congress to align with her party. Now their bargaining power has become all the more stronger. They say they have every right, they have every strength, they have every reason to really demand more from the Congress, from the DMK, both in terms of number of seats and in terms of sharing of power if the DMK manages to come back to power in Tamil Nadu again.
Right, Sam. I want to go back to Shabir at this point. Shabir, never in that speech did the DMK ever make a kind of a guest appearance ever while she spoke, while she addressed that gathering. Did you get a chance to speak to any of the DMK leaders?
Well, we have been trying to contact the DMK leaders. Right now, what we do here is that the DMK leaders have been closely monitoring the developments at Trichy, and now they are reading between the lines that why Sonia Gandhi had made such a statement to actually rebuild the party in the state and to recapture their identity. In fact, that is something what DMK leaders have been telling us, and also Congress sources have been telling us that Sonia Gandhi by and large has echoed the sentiments of Rahul Gandhi. In fact, when Rahul Gandhi visited Tamil Nadu a few months ago, it was very clear Rahul Gandhi's agenda was to revive the party and to bring as many as youngsters in the party so that they can develop the party and they can recapture power in the state of Tamil Nadu, which they have lost 40 years ago. So that is the kind of emotion and that is the kind of sentiment that has been running high within the Congress party, and Sonia Gandhi particularly has addressed on those lines. In fact, when she said that Congress has to become the party of the future, in fact, almost all the leaders from different factions who are sharing the dais with Sonia Gandhi, they stood and they started clapping and cheering, and as well as that was the same kind of excitement at the among the audience, among the Congress workers there. They also started cheering with that particular statement. So Sonia Gandhi has actually answered the prayers of many Congress workers in the state, Evelyn.
Right. Thanks very much indeed, Shabir and Sam, for joining us with that detailed input and analysis into what really happened at Trichy today. Clearly, Sonia Gandhi was very clear about what the Congress really means to Tamil Nadu. But as far as the alliances and the formula is concerned, that's really still a big question. Now, it may not have been a working day for politicians in the city this Saturday, but earlier today, it was quite a tough task managing the high-profile visit to the state. Today, Chief Minister Karunanidhi and his men were out to woo Ms. Sonia Gandhi to ensure the rehabilitation of Lankan Tamils at the earliest possible date in a letter addressed to her. He went on to say that strong political commitments were necessary to end the suffering of the ethnic Tamils.
ஏதோ வாக்குறுதி கொடுத்திருக்காங்களே இலங்கை தரப்பு இலங்கை தமிழர் பிரச்சனையில ஐயா இலங்கை தமிழருக்கு நீங்க கொடுத்த மனுக்கு எதுவும் அவங்க வாக்குறுதி கொடுத்திருக்காங்களா ஐயா
Well, playing it with very few words. Now, still ahead on headlines now, a former chief minister plays shepherd and claims the count of his flock ahead of a deadline in Karnataka.